Hello everyone, my name is Pacha and welcome to another new episode of Raven Creek Park. And this time, no, it's not a speed build, it is one of my rare showcase tour episodes, which I want to do more often and I should do them more often. But that the idea is there and then it gets lost somewhere. But here we are in another tour episode of something that I already spoke about in the last episode, in the last Raven Creek episode, where we built the capybara home somewhere over there. We talked about this new project, and I think you already guessed it from the title, of course, and the thumbnail. Yeah, we have a new area to explore. It isn't finished yet, so if you are expecting a finished, completely finished area, I'm very sorry. This is not the video for you. There is still quite a lot of work to do, but I wanted to give you guys an overview over this new area, over what is planned, what the changes are, and what it maybe might look like in the future for people who have been longer on my channel. I have to talk a little bit before we start right in. They already know, or they probably know, that this area, or this part of the area over here, I don't know why I selected Theo Schofield, but hello, my guy. This area was leading to, or probably more better, this up there was leading into the forest area of Raven Creek. For orientation, we are right in front of the entrance. There are the pre-docks. This is the fallow deer habitat, and these are the toilets. This area was leading right into the forest area, where we had timber wolves, reindeer, grizzly bears, raccoons, skunks, we had red foxes, we had European badgers, we have Arctic foxes. I think that was everything. I probably forgot one or two or nothing, I think, but we had a lot there. But it was our big first area, our big first finished area. We can already see an animal in the background there. And now it's gone. Why it's gone, I will talk about why we are going here, why we're going through everything. But this area will be totally rebranded, rebuilt, and will now become the TILLAMOOK Trek, as you can see over here. But before we go over there to the sign, this is the new way, or the new path leading into this new area, this new forest area. Right when you come from the prairie dogs, you can go through here. But of course, if you don't want to go to this area, and that is a thing I noticed with American zoos, you can also use this path over here. Skips the whole area basically, and go right through and into the rest of the zoo. But I will just go through the whole area, through the whole path layout with you guys together. We will talk a little bit about these and that, small things here and there. And I don't know how long this video will take. You know it, you see how long it takes. I don't know yet. I'm past Pacha, I'm not future Pacha. We will just have a little bit of a walk, basically explore this area together, and then I will talk you through everything. But let's start with the sign and the name. The TILLAMOOK Trek is sponsored by the BN International Association. And a few things about the sign. This is based, or the design of the sign is based on a real national park sign. And fittingly, it is based on the new version, or the updated version of the Olympic National Park. A national park, I think, in Washington, close to the border to Oregon. Also situated, fittingly, in a temperate rainforest. And I really like the idea with the different logs and with this big sign, and then these stone steps leading up to it, and the whole coloration and stuff like that. So I basically copied the design and gave it my own twist with the BN International Association. BN, of course, standing for Bro Nation. A group of people, or a Discord server of very talented and very awesome people, very cool dudes over there. I'm very happy to be part of it, and of course I had to get them some sort of shout out. So they are sponsoring this new updated forest area, the Tillamook Trek, and you will learn in a moment, or you will learn along the way, that this area, what this area is based on. I just have to say, Tillamook is a big waterfall in Oregon, of course, where our zoo is located. So it's a big waterfall there. I think it's also part of a national park. I don't know really the difference, or what's the different steps or different things are: national park, national wonder, vacation spot, something like that. It is a big waterfall in a lot of nature, and it's a very cool place. So if you are US American, I would definitely say check it out. But the Tillamook Trek is the name of our new area, and why we will walk alongside here. The reason why I update, or why I changed the whole forest area, is so I can make it more American. Is that is this understandable? The area before, the forest area I had before, I was happy. It was fine. It was a fine area. Nothing really to complain, but it felt very European, which makes sense. I'm a European guy. I know European zoos, so nationally I'm more aligned to, or more drawn to, building in a European style, basically. But this is an American zoo, and I wanted to challenge myself. I want to create an American zoo in one of my favorite biomes. So I took some inspiration, some help, while the train is going over the bridge, I think, in the distance. Probably, or somewhere over there in the mountains. But and so I had to get this area more American, basically. And this is my way of doing that, of refurbishing the whole area. Also, it had reason number 2, it had too many animals. It had a lot of animals that came with additional packs and stuff like that, and it just felt full of animals, full of stuff. Not really a real theme or plan in the layout, stuff like that. So I decided to get rid of most of the animals. In the end, we are now here featuring 3 to 4 real Planet Zoo animals, basically, and then some fake animals. But 4 big species, basically 4 big ticket animals, and then some additional smaller stuff. And the 4 animals are, as you can probably see in one picture over here, the Arctic wolf, the reindeer, and over there the grizzly bear. And we changed out the timber wolf for the Arctic wolf for the timber wolf. Not only I think the Arctic wolf has a much more better and a more awesome model than selected the birch, than the timber wolf, because it came a little bit later, and it looks just more polished. It also is what the real version of this area has in their wolf enclosure, basically. But we have 3 big enclosures over here that you can see while the wolves are howling, and then an additional enclosure further in the back. And it is basically one track going all around all of the enclosures, and then meeting up here on this side again. But we will be there at the end, so the whole area goes all around the habitats and then meets up. If you can take a quick look, not really organized here, but then it meets up, of course, with the path over here, basically, where you could make a fast path if you want to go through here. Of course, the wolf statue is also back. That was the entrance statue for the old forest area. But maybe some people have already guessed it on some of the layout pictures. Maybe if they are from that area, from that zoo, they probably guessed what zoo area this is based on. And if not, I can give a tip. It is one of the most, I think, what I know, most heavily themed zoos in America. It is the Memphis Zoo. I think I don't have to explain what the Memphis Zoo is. It should be a very known zoo in all around the world, basically. And they have a North American area where we can go along these wonderful viewing points over here with the Arctic wolves, and then the American black bears. Yeah, I think that is nice with a big mountain in the background. They have an area that is called the Teton Trek. The Teton Trek, based on the Teton waterfalls in, I think, one of the big national parks. I think Yellowstone National Parks, I think it is. And the Teton Falls are a set of waterfalls in the Yellowstone National Park, and their Teton Trek is based on that area with the animals that you find in that area. And that is also the reason why my area is called the Tillamook Trek, because I'm basing this more Oregon temperate rainforest based area on the Tillamook Falls in Oregon. So basically a name change, but the same concept behind it to draw the parallels between it. And another thing I have to say before we really start in, I know it's a lot of talking, the whole area is a one-to-one, basically almost one-to-one copy of the Teton Trek in the Memphis Zoo. The habitats have the same space for the animals, the same layout for the animals, and the paths have also the same width. They are the same as wide as they are in the Memphis Zoo. They have the same layout basically. I try to copy it as good as possible. If you guys are interested in how I did that and how you can do that yourself with really easy things, then let me know in the comments and I will make a tutorial or a video about it, how you can track real life zoo dimensions over to Plant Zoo basically, which is not that complicated as it sounds. But yeah, let's start into the track. We are here of course onto the two big viewing areas for the wolves and and for the bears, and the decision was to keep these viewing areas like you would look from a forest trek into the habitat. Of course you have to imagine that the habitat is fully forested and planted later and decorated, so it's not as barren, but you're basically looking through these trees over here into the forest, into the habitat of the animals. You also get a little bit of cross viewing over there with the reindeer and the wolves, and they can also see and smell each other. And the same goes for the grizzlies, where you can see the waterfalls in the background and also where you can go actually. So it draws you to there, okay, I can get there if I follow the path. I want to go there to get an even better view, but also heavily planted, and there will be more plants on this side, but there will also another animal be on this side, probably down here or over here, which will be the American skunk. But this will come later, as well as the return of the animal showcase area, animal show area that I had in the forest area before. This will also come back to this place in some shape or form. So it's also not lost. I saved everything. At the moment, this is basically just a piece graveyard to store my most used pieces. For example, this here, which I don't know why it is here. So let's put it over there. But if we follow this track, we get to a more secluded area, more fenced off area over here with more forest. The forest gets thicker, and then we can see it goes down into a viewing area over here. Hello. I don't know what you are doing. They act a little bit weird since the last update. I don't know really why. But before we get to the viewing area, we have this here, and this is something that I basically copied over from the Memphis Zoo, which they also have in the Teton Trek. This is a sniffing hole for the bears, so the humans and the bears can get closer here. The bears can sniff the humans of course can also smell the bears, and yet a little bit of a interaction between the two species without any barriers, just by making this area really small and so that the bears cannot fit through. And this leads to the big underwater area over here, where you can see the bears swim if they want to swim. I know this bear loves to swim, so you will probably spend most of the time over here. But a very simple underwater viewing area over here with a lot of benches, so you can sit down, you can see the bears swim and splash and have a very fun time, and also get an awesome view of the mountains in the background of the big fake mountain basically. and also of the small mountains I made, but you get a nice roundabout view over a whole area of the whole habitat over here behind glass, and you can get really up close to the bears. And speaking of bears, the TILLAMOOK Trek features 6 bears, I think, 3 grizzly bears, which are all related to each other. I think it's 2 males and a sister, 2 brothers and a sister, and they also have the grizzly bears on rotation with 3 American black bears. So they change the bears out. I don't know if it's on a weekly basis or on a daily basis. So they have, all of them have this awesome space for them. Sadly, we don't have American black bears. I was thinking if I will using Asian black bears, which we have in the game. Not sure about that yet, but for now I will stick with my 2 brothers, the 2 brother bears here over here, because they're both male, and in my zoo lore they are both brothers. And as it is common in US history or in US zoos, American black bears and grizzly bears are never bred. They are all adopted from orphaned bear cubs that people found in the wild, that which mothers got sadly killed by hunting accidents, by road accidents, and usually then zoos take these bears in and care for them until they die. As I know, it is not allowed to breed grizzly bears or North American black bears. They are a protected species, but I think if there is an American under us under my viewers, he can probably share more light about it. I already talked a little bit about it in Bro Nation about the topic. But awesome underwater viewing. I really love how this turned out. The more cabin, rustic style over here with these lamps and the logs and all the natural wood also too that keeps these posts up. Really, enjoy how this viewing area turned out. And it leads to this more outside area over here where you can get rid of your trash, but also there's an access point for keepers over here if they have to do something. Maybe you can do something like a storage over here, or access to some backstage areas for other animals if there will be more. And then we go up here, but not before facing another smelling hole, stuff like that. I would say smelling hole over here where the bears can interact with them. I placed these scent markers over here to basically draw the bears in, and they can come up close to here, but this is just because in Planet Zoo, of course, animals can't smell the guests basically. But so I use the scent marker. I will disguise them later with some foliage or rocks, and then it looks more natural. But we go up now, and we are actually at the border of the zoo. This is the mountain next to the zoo, so we are really close to the outside area. But we go up here, and I tried to make it as smooth as possible, to make it wheelchair accessible. Everything should be wheelchair accessible. But Planet Zoo pathing, it was a real pain in the ass. And by the way, another thing, before we go further, I will not make videos about the progress of this area. So I will not make speed builds of the habitat builds of this area or something like that. This I will do all, outside of the video camera basically. We will focus on different other areas in the zoo to at some point get this zoo finished. So if you are interested in how this area develops, I can highly recommend watching my streams every Friday at 9 p.m. Central European time. We are streaming live on Twitch, and most of the times we will build on Raven Creek, and most of the times we will build in this area. So if you want to be there when the progress happens, when we change things, when we fill up the first habitats, every Friday on Twitch I will be live. If I not be live, I will mostly make an announcement about that. But usually every Friday, and then we will focus on this area and we will build in this area. But let's go further. We have our 4th habitat over here on this side, and this will be a habitat, once it's finished, there's no barriers yet, this will be a habitat for waterfowl, for American waterfowl, ducks and geese and swans like that. I will most likely use the fake They're the fake birds from people like Drag or Jaguar, who did amazing job on making fake birds out of in-game pieces. So this will be filled with these then, focusing on American species. But of course, if this is not interesting enough, we have of course our another viewing point for our grizzly bear area over here, and we can also see the wolves in the background. Some landscaping viewing, I don't know how it's called, panorama viewing, I think it's called, over there, so you can see also the other animals. And we are going further up. By the way, this is the restaurant. This goes over to the wetlands area, and we are going higher up in the mountains. We are reaching the mountain tops of the Tillamook Trek, of the Tillamook waterfalls, and these mountains, or these fake mountains, really were for me the hardest part of the whole challenge, to make this mountain look fake but also not too fake with the faux rocks we have in game. And basically the easiest thing is build your base shape out of faux rocks, your shape of the mountain, build them out of faux rocks, and color them in the color of the stone you're gonna use. There are some real nice guides online for the colors, to match them as closely to the in-game rocks as possible, and then just sink in some, mostly I use the flat in-game rocks, sink them into the faux rocks, as many as you like, until you think it looks great. And this can create, I don't know if how you think, I am really happy with it. This can create this more realistic fake rock, basically design over here, but maybe it will also change. But at the moment I'm really happy about how it turned out. But yeah, we have some more viewing areas over here, and as we get closer, the roaring waterfalls get louder, and we are basically in front of the waterfalls over here, cascading down and then going over here into the bear habitat, following the river into the water basin over there. And for people wondering what this line is over here, there should be basically a safety net spanning between these two cables, preventing guests from, of course, falling over. Sadly, there I found no real piece in game that was thin enough and also had gaps wide enough so that it doesn't look stupid. I tried it with the mesh, I tried it with the new Oceana nets, and all of them worked great as security net, but all of them really also blocked the view of the animals. So I will keep thinking until then it stays empty like that, until we find a better way, or I find a better way for that. Following this track, following the mountain path, we get to another area, another viewing point of area. So you have really a lot of viewing points with the grizzly bears, because they are the focus of our area. Basically, they are the key. They are the big ticket animals. Other ones are also amazing, but they are the spotlight. They deserve the spotlight. And then we leave the mountains over here, and we get to this more wooden walkway, where we can get a close look at the timber wolf, or Arctic wolf I should better say, in their habitat. And if we follow this path, of course we have this area blocked here, because it would be giving a peek into the backstage area, or the not existing backstage area, but future backstage area. If we follow this path, of course we get a 360 view basically of the timber wolves, but also of the grizzly bears in the background. And on the other side we have the reindeer. Now the reindeer is basically only emergency, is only basically here because I don't have another species to put here. In the real Memphis Zoo, this spot, or this area habitat, is reserved for Roosevelt wapitis, or Roosevelt elk, American elk, which we sadly don't have in the game. I still hope we get it at some point. The closest relative we have in game to the Roosevelt elk is the red deer, so I'm tempted to put red deer in here, but it doesn't feel right to have this very North American specific area and then have red deer from Europe over here. So at the moment I settled with the reindeer. Doesn't really fit, of course, in the temperate rainforest, but I mean, they were in the original forest area, so they still deserve a home. And yeah, speaking of deserving a home, while we follow the path, of course, all of the other animals, the raccoons, the skunks, the red foxes, the Arctic foxes, I mean, the skunks are gonna be here, the badgers and the lynx. Yeah, you're awesome. They will not be gone. They will not be deleted from the zoo. They will just be placed somewhere else. I know I think almost all of them. I know already where they're gonna be end up, where their new place will be, and you will see where they will be in the future. Some of them are also transferred to another area where they fit better. Some just get a new spot in the more general zoo area and the more general zoo layout. So none of these animals will get lost. They will just more distributed over the whole zoo. But yeah, getting to our last viewing area is this area over here, and maybe she is working with us, or he. A nice little viewing area where we can see the wolves sleep, where they can spend their siesta, basically sleeping after a good meal, and just it's basically a farewell, a last viewing opportunity over here from these magnificent creatures. Yeah, I really love the Arctic wolf, and I should have worked with them from the beginning, basically. But yeah, we follow this track. We worked about this track before in the beginning of this video, and yeah, maybe I'm thinking about adding another viewing area over here for the reindeer, like a feeding area where you can get close to the reindeer, where you can feed them, because our reindeer, as in the zoo lore, are domesticated reindeer. They are not wild reindeer. So maybe I will add, maybe here or over there, I will add a feeding opportunity or another viewing opportunity for the reindeers. We'll see about that. But yeah, this is the whole new wood area, and I can zoom out a little bit like that, so you see the rough scale of everything and how big everything is. As I said, it is it is one-to-one like the one in the Memphis Zoo, the whole size of the area. I think only the reindeer area I made a little bit smaller, because it was, I think until here it was really big. I just made it a little bit smaller, but everything else is like in the Memphis Zoo. And I don't know, let me know what you think of this area, what you think of the whole idea for this area, if it's too much, if it's great, what your ideas would be for the area, what you maybe have an idea what I could do or what I could add or what I could change. And I hope, this is basically also the end of the tour. I showed you everything I wanted to show. Oh yeah, one thing before we go. Maybe because we have a lot of space here, I quickly can show that. May have a lot of space over here, and only adding an animal show area and the skunk habitat will not fill it. I was thinking of adding proper animal hospital in this area and veterinary center for the zoo, which also guests can visit. Either that or more of a dark forest nighttime hunter area, but I'm leaning more towards the veterinary center because we need one in the zoo, and this would be a perfect spot right in the front of the zoo, close to the entrance. So maybe tell me what you think about a veterinary center, which we would build then in a speed build video, so alongside with you guys. Something also the guests can visit and see the veterinaries in working and healing the animals. But that about that. This is the end of the tour, and I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, as I said, not finished. There is still a lot of work to do, and I'm working every week on completing more of this area. But let me know what you think, and I hope you had an amazing time on this little tour. You had a lot of fun. And by the way, nice viewpoint over here with the Firewatch Tower. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Have an awesome time. I hope you have an awesome rest of the week, a nice weekend. Stay safe, be happy, basically. And I hope I see you in the next video. And until then, have a great time and bye bye, everyone.